face some big challenge in life, or you go through a trauma, like for example, you go through something very bad, like for example, Aman, you lost your dad, right? So it might have taken you some time, some months, few months, maybe 3 months, 6 months. Like when I lost my mom, it took me around 2 years to come out of that, right? So that's nothing but stress. It's like a trauma, and then when you lose someone, so that builds up stress in you, because that time, you don't have that much of maturity to understand that you need to let go things and you have to move ahead. That's the reality, right? And third thing I think is, when you don't have a control on a particular situation, like for example, my daughter, okay, the younger one, who is mild autistic, so she only speaks few words, okay, and she expresses everything through screaming and shouting, okay. So that's a common language of communication. So sometimes I feel so helpless, because when she shouts and she screams, so I just have to guess as to, okay, is she feeling hungry? Does she want this? Does she want that? So it has been 6 years I have spent with her, but till now, as a mother, also I'm not able to understand what she wants to express. Okay, so sometimes I feel that things are not in my control, right? So this is something I think sometimes it causes me stress, but I try to give her as much love as possible, so that I at least understand what she's saying, right? So things not under your control, that is one thing. Have responsibilities that you find overwhelming. Yes, something which you don't love to do, something which you don't like, I think that also causes stress. So these are my examples which I have noted it down. So yes, hi Jitendra, how are you?
I'm doing good. Sorry for late. Hi all.
That's okay. So you people will be missing out on the beginning of the session, so I cannot do anything about it. So I'll start the session even if you're late. Okay. So that is the punishment for people who are late, because I'm always 100% committed. Okay. So you have to learn that from me. That's a good skill, right? Aman is also always punctual. Yeah.
If
So
you have to learn something, ma'am, then the discipline is very, very important. This is what we have learned in Honda, ma'am. Honda is all about discipline. The company, it has grown, ma'am. We started for our operations from 1942, and now it has gone into a big company, and which is having its plant in 43 countries around the world, ma'am. It
yes.
started off with a small company, and just because of discipline part, ma'am. So they are worldwide, ma'am.
Yes, yes. So we do have entrepreneurs who are busy. We do have people like Jitendra, who is also busy. But then I like the commitment that at least you attend the session, right? Wherever you are. So yeah, just try your best. That's it. That's what I can say. Yes. So Aman, Praveen, Jitendra. So you can give your examples, as I gave 4 to 5 examples of causes of stress. So yes, Aman, you can start with.
Yes, ma'am. Uh, as I told you that in Honda, ma'am, we have a policy of job rotation, ma'am. Okay, the time when I joined Honda, I was in quality. Then I later on switched to purchase. Purchase was altogether a new department for me, ma'am. And within the span of 15 years of my experience, so I have my job rotation has been from supply chain to development, engineering side, and then this commercial side, ma'am. So as a beginner, I was not knowing anything about the commercial side, purchase side, ma'am. So it took me for a while to understand things basically. So whenever whenever I went for a meeting, when the boss used to ask me, have you done this or not? How have you calculated this? So, I was wondering how to do that, how to calculate this, because my subordinates, they were knowing everything basically. So it is like that the upper management change, ma'am. The middle management change, that the subordinates working under me, they will not change, ma'am. So then I have to understand from them. So I got a stress that how will I understand from my subordinates? So it will feel bad, and the same thing I cannot ask from a superior, ma'am, since we are in a middle management. So I thought that I was being sandwiched between the top management and the lower management, the subordinates who were working under me. So basically, when you don't know anything and when you are pushed in that condition, so the area where you don't have skills basically, so at that time you get a lot of stress, ma'am.
So there's a saying, when you are pushed to a swimming pool, automatically you learn swimming.
That is there. So, but for a time being, the stress is there. Till the time you don't learn things, ma'am, there's always the stress will be there, because then you are the one who will be reporting to the management. Like we have a proper hierarchy, ma'am, a structure where my boss will not talk to my subordinates. They will talk to me first of all. Like if suppose if the team of 5 to 6 members are reporting to me, so they will not go and ask to each and every subordinate. They will question me. They will give me the targets. I have to get that target then from my subordinates. So that is the way the Honda goes, ma'am. So they completely go by the hierarchy, just not like that, ma'am. So at that time, always the stress is there, ma'am. And
Okay, so that is about
few more
stress.
examples I would like to quote, like when I was in supply chain, ma'am. So as I told you that we have a set of suppliers from where we get the material, ma'am. So sometimes, ma'am, it does happen that there is a labor unrest, ma'am. The strike is there when the parts are not coming from the supplier. Okay, and we have a fixed schedule that per day we have to make 2200 vehicles per day. Okay, that is the target, and nobody in Honda can challenge it. So even if we make one vehicle less, ma'am, we have to report to the management why there is a loss of one vehicle, ma'am. Okay, so the condition is that there is a labor rest at supplier, and we have to make the vehicles. So in between, I am there as the in charge for the supply chain. So that time the stress is there when the condition is not in your hand. But somehow we have to manage through inventory and all through the alternate supplier. So that times the management has to work. Like my management has to work. So
Got it.
depending upon the situation, from where to get the material, from where not to get the material, what will be the share of business. So at that time, I get a little bit anxious and stressed. So I think that is all.
Got it. That's a very good example of Honda stress. Now we will talk about other stress. Yes, Praveen ji.
Yes, ma'am. My experience, there are three kind of stress. Like physical also can create a more stress if you work too much. Excess working also creating the physical stress, creating the stress on brain, and the human brain also. They did not sleep, and excess workload also. Sometime due to unsleep, due to tension about work, it's create the physical stress, right? But if you think about the emotional stress, is also one of the factors so important when we speak with someone, right? Our ear are most sensitive part of the our body. If they heard from something like nuisance or maybe related to them, it's related to relationships. So the person brain try to behind in that aspect, and he will think overthinking about that particular subject. That also cause sometimes stress in the persons. Second thing is physical, emotional, and most important is the mental stress. Sometimes you fear, right, and you don't know how to do. So that's also creating sometimes anxiety and pressure in your body. Suppose you compare with others, right? And okay, you are not able to do it, and they are doing fantastic. So that time also person thinking over, and that's also creating a stress in their body. But basically, it's a mind. What you call is a mind and soul game is that basically. We need to connect the soul and mind. Though both parts should be interconnect to each other. And for that, when we wake up in the morning, we normally whatever in your mind from whole day, you remove all the bad shit from your brain and your heart first. That is so important to release the first step of stress. So we should not think too much about something, right? We must have a goal, but it does not mean that we have to just think about the goal and we don't do anything. It's not like that. So we have to work out with the proper things. And for the stress, mostly I do meditation in the morning. I wake up 6 o'clock, 1.5 hour. I completely do yoga, meditations, which make me happy and which help me to release my stress. And
Yes,
nowadays young
yes.
generations they are over stress.
Yes, yes. To flush out those mental toxins which block your, energies is very important to flush out them, right? And I think meditation is the best way. With little bit of physical exercise, then meditation. Even I practice the same, right? So, with any mindfulness practice, it can be a
Yeah,
breathing practice, it can be a meditation practice that actually helps you to calm down and completely delete your thoughts for the entire day, right? Like it's very simple, like how we clean our house every day, right? Like jharu pocha, like we do every day, right? So similarly, I mean, we make people do. So similarly, the mind also needs to be cleansed. So as you talked about mental stress, emotional stress, and physical stress, can you give one example of mental stress? Any common example, like which on a general regular basis which we face?
What, ma'am? Which example?
Mental stress, mental stress. You talked about three stress: mental stress, emotional stress, and physical stress, right? So talk about mental stress. Mental stress. Give one example, like any random mental stress which you go through. Because you have a
Mental
business.
stress. Mental stress mostly if you do some more alcohol, also one of the reason. Dopamine level will suddenly drop. If you do some alcoholic, also creating more mental stress. But mental stress mostly if something is not happening according to your desire, right? And that cause more mental stress. I also sometimes go on the mental stress because I have a lot of financial tensions, how to manage the balance sheet, how to handle the P&L. So sometime I also go in the so I smoke sometime. I sometime I smoke, but my wife say don't do. Then I stop immediately. So I also go with the mental stress, and but that mental stress I said you before also. Uh, Something suppose I have a target of this month to sell this much sell for some particular target, and which target I am not achieving, and I am going in the mental stress, and my break even is not coming up to the mark, my profit. So I go into mental stress. Mostly financial things is creating more mental stress on the humans, right? So that's my experience. But nowadays young children, they are more addicted with the movies and watching more social media, and they don't have that capability to hold the stress. But we should also have capability to able to hold the stress. Is so important in nowadays. And just I am also trying to hold those stress. Even I know this is not happening my desire, but I go and check detail why not happening. I again go how I can help them, where they are, where what is the problem, how we can solve their problem. Is like Aman know that like uh, what you call is uh, uh, Ishikawa diagram, right? Like Y analysis. Those engineering people, they use these techniques to solve the problem. So instead of taking our load in our head, I will say that we have to delegate the work to others. That would be a best option for businessman.
Got it. Problem
So,
solving and delegating the
yeah,
work.
problem solving.
That's a solution to stress. Good.
Correct.
Yes. So now, Jitendra, so you give some examples. It can be personal, professionals, like what are the causes of stress?
Yeah, so as Pilvin sir has told about physical stress, so there, if we are not healthy much, that is also one cause of the stress. Mentally, due to that, we can get mentally stressed and emotionally stressed. If we are good and physically, then we won't get much stress. I think so. That is the one thing. And second thing about our work, how we are dealing with work, as in our job. So about that, I want to tell one example. Before 2 3 months, I was doing my work. So my company managers were giving work to me. So I was handling alone and have to deliver on time at the deadline. Also, we need to meet. So it was the also one kind of stress. So for to handle that thing, now I have told whatever they are telling, I am telling. I can do that much. So speak. So we need to speak what we can do and in how much time we can do. We should focus on our thing also. We should not take burden as much burden on us. So before that, I was working whole night also 3 4 o'clock, and I was able to deliver. Then I was able to deliver. So it was mentally also giving. It was giving so much stress. I was going daily office, but I was not feeling happiness from inside. So after that, after I realized, so after I realized, so I have started taking less work. One more colleague I have joined him. So we both are working, and whatever things are going, I'm speaking to them clearly. Like it will take 2 3 days. It may take 4 days also. It may keeping some buffer time also good. So it may reduce our stress. If some uncertain things happen, so that will helpful. Yeah, that's
Very good, very good. Praveen ji, Jitendra has improved, right, in the last 2 3 sessions.
Your observation is absolutely right, ma'am. Not only he improved more than 100%.
Yes, yes, yes. So see, I'm not
Same,
saying, okay, people have
same is my observation. This is what I was, observing in the way he's
very
speaking.
good.
Communication plus the way of expression, both have drastically
See the
improved.
smile
So
on the face.
good,
Yeah.
good going, good going,
Very
good going.
Good,
Very
yeah, good try. Good try.
Very good. Because earlier, the first session, I remember he was doing in between every word, right? He was very hesitant to speak, but today he's very confidently speaking, right? So slowly and gradually will improve even more. Don't worry. Okay, now we'll come back to the speaking activity, which is the most interesting part of the whole session. Okay, and then I'll be giving you the feedback. Okay, can you all see my screen, guys?
Yes, ma'am. Yeah.
Okay. So again, some wrong printing mistake is there. Anyways, at least the description is correct. Yes. So I think my social media manager is having some alcohol or cigarettes while preparing the PPTs. So he's very stressed.
So are you
All
feeling
the time.
stressed? So you must be also feeling stressed because whatever you were thinking is not up to your expectations. So that is
No,
what
I
you're saying.
never take stress. These are very small things, I just tell him that do this, do that. That's all. So look
Because
at
you
the
have
picture.
because thing is that you have got a very good intelligence level. Somebody's IQ is very good. So and you can adjust accordingly. Even if that is not up to your expectation, you can adjust it through some
Yeah,
other means.
basically, see, it depends upon experience. I'm already 39-year-old. Okay, so I think I have seen a lot of these small things. So now things don't bother me. Okay, so like Praveen ji, he says,
Ma'am,
meditation. So
I should not talk about
meditation,
politics,
breathing
ma'am.
exercise.
I should not talk about politics, but if you are 39 years old, ma'am, Rahul Gandhi is 52 years old, ma'am. I should not speak about that fellow, but his IQ level is too less, ma'am. He cannot even give us a
Okay.
small interview, ma'am.
So that's a
Your
bad
age
comparison.
is not important, ma'am. The intelligence that is inbuilt in you, ma'am. So you have to just sharpen it in future, ma'am. So that is what you're good at.
Yes, yes. Say hi to everyone. Hi, bolo. Hi, bolo, nahi to jao. Yes. So sorry for that.
कोई बात नहीं.
So yes, so these are the situations. If you talk about a situation which you were really stressed about something, ultimately, after a long time when the problem was resolved, you felt a huge relief. Okay, discuss about the various reasons of stress with your partner. Yeah, so these are the two things. It's a part. You have to just ask these questions or discuss these points with your partner. Okay, so first, as usual, we'll go with Praveen ji and Aman. Say hi to each other.
Hi, Aman. Good evening.
Where is Aman?
I think.
Aman, please on your video. That's mandatory. You're muted.
Now it is okay.
Yes.
I was saying that Parveen ji has got such a charming and good face that whenever he comes, it gives us a lot of inspiration. Basically, the way he speaks, and we also get to know a lot about things in like medical field. So thank you very much, Parveen ji. Apart from this session, we are learning a lot from you as well.
Yeah.
Great.
So shall we start off with this situation?
Yes.
So
Yes.
shall I start first, or you will start first?
You can ask the question first.
Okay. So Parveen ji, my question to you is that you have to talk about a situation in which you felt really stressed, and ultimately after a long time when the problem got resolved, you had a few huge relief. So can you share one example over the same? And so what were the various reasons of that stress? So one good example you would like to share with us.
You know, I was I think maybe I have shared with Priyanka ma'am my story about my journey about my business, right? In the 1990, maybe 2019, everybody know that Corona was there.
Yes,
You
yes.
know, that time my friend and me both started the business, right?
Oh.
See, unfortunately, what happened? That was a tough time, and in that tough time, we took initiative. We left the job and we started a business, right? And when we started the business, it was very tough for me to survive for 1 year. Both of us, we are not earning even. See, when I was earning, my salary was more than 1.5 lakhs per month, right? And I was doing job, right? But when we started a business, we came to maximum 15,000 per month. We were getting.
In the beginning, it is happening.
15,000 was so difficult to survive home. You know, wife, she said, "Hey, why you have taken all the pangas?" You know, like she always said me, "Don't do this. No need this. Your father is doing well, and why you are doing all these things?" So that situation, yes, and we both struggle for more than 1 year. I was not able to sleep. Believe me, huh? I was not able to sleep all night. Only my wife and my mother was with me, and she told me, "Okay, you do it, you do it, you do it. You took you only did your you accept the challenge. Now this is your turn to do it." But yes, she came. She said, "We will stop all our expenses." We stop all expenses. No AC, nothing. My son was studying in IIT. He's in final year. Now we stop everything. Home, no AC. Only we were using the light. We were using the yoga and meditation, puja and this. No outside food, nothing.
Oh, great.
Only after 1 year, that struggle converted into the big opportunity for me. You know, when people were sitting in the home, I was in outside and I was supporting to the doctors. But that time I was not thinking like that. Okay, I want to earn the money. I thought maybe okay, this is a corona. Let's help the people. And that's the approach we adopted. And I came to close to the doctors. One day, what happened? Doctor asked me, "Hey, Pravinji, how are you? Where are you? I want to give order to you. You come. I don't want to give order to any." That is kind of situation we prepare now in the market. That reputation we have done in the market, and that's only because of our struggle. You know, because if we don't do struggle, we I went to the full stress. I was smoking also, too much smoking. But of course, yes. But when there is a stress, we should not overthink. But yes, we must go with the plan and we must go with education. We want to convert excuse into the execution. That's so important. Otherwise, if we think in the home, oh, what happened? I am sure we will die. We will die. So that's what, and that struggle, that stress, you know, the stress made me so stronger now. I can take any stress.
Wow.
Any tough personality come in front of me, I can handle it. And that's because we are dealing with the human body, right? Many times, some people die because of maybe my instrument or maybe my sense are not working good or something. We are also on the trade because we are also signing some documents, right? Any patient can claim to the customer, to the doctors, and doctor same claim can to me. I can go to jail if some patient want. They can send me immediately to the jail if something went to my tool or maybe my camera or my sensor or my lasers. Anything can happen. But because of God gift and because of bless of all people, I have not faced such situations. That is most good things what is I receive from the people. But stress, without stress, you can't live your life with a good life, betterment, quality of life.
So
Hmm.
nice. That's so inspiring, right? Because this backstory we never knew. We just knew that okay, he has a very much experience and to hold stress and to have has a lot of patience to handle the angry customers. But today we came to know how and why, right? So that's so inspiring. Yes. So now you can ask the same question to Aman. That was really interesting. Yeah.
So the question I know, so I would like to brief one of the situation. Let ma'am come, no problem. So this was the time when I was not working with Honda. I was in a very small company known as Rico Auto. It was basically a die casting company in which I used to work. So luckily, I got a call from Honda HMSI, so that there is an interview and you have to come for an interview. So I went for the interview, and luckily everything went right, and I was called for the technical review, and technical round also went right. Okay. So after 4 to 5 days, when I checked with like Honda, so they were telling me we cannot take. There is a certain policy that we are not allowed to take candidates from the supplier company, because the company in which I was working, that was related to the Honda Group company. Basically, we were a supplier to Honda, and there was a policy that Honda cannot take its person from the supplier company. So at that particular time, the policy came. So this thing got dropped. Okay. So luckily, what happened when this didn't happen? So I appeared for another interview. That interview also I cracked. So that was a company known as Texcorp that was into textile engineering. So I went there for an interview and I cracked the interview, and luckily I got selected. So then again I called like Honda people, like now I'm no more working in this thing Rico Auto, which is supplied to Honda. I have joined some other company. I've got appointment letter for other company, that is Texcorp, which has got no link with Honda. So that guy told me, you do one thing, you come with an appointment letter with this stating that you have got a salary of so and so, and no need to take reference of like Rico Auto, which was a supplier to Honda. So I had to break that link between Honda and Rico Auto. So I created a new link between Texcorp and Honda, which had no link with like Honda was an automobile company and Texcorp was a textile company. So there was no link and no supplier to HMSI. So, and this took around 1 month. So there was a lot of discussions, over it, lots of ifs and buts. But luckily, after a lot of time, the problem got resolved, and luckily I was able to get into Honda. And the reason of stress was like that the package, which first of all, Honda is a big OEM, and the company where I was working, that was a small supplier, tier 2 supplier, which we call, man. Honda was an OEM, and very few people were lucky to get into Honda, ma'am. So I was one of them. So that stress was always there, ma'am. Like if you get into a big company, the packages would of course be better. So you will be financially more sound as compared to the supplier company. At that time, I was only drawing 15,000. And initially, when I went into Honda, I got 32,000. That was around 100 times, ma'am. Twice the salary which I was getting in this thing, Rico Auto, the old company. So always there was a pressure and burden of moving ahead in the life, so financially more sound, and like bring a better future to my wife and children. And of course the reputation was also at stake, ma'am. So that was all, ma'am. That was my story and how I entered in Honda. It was just like a what you say, a filmy event, sort of filmy event, ma'am. So it was sort of a
Hero
drama, man,
story.
that happened. But by the grace of Lord Sri Sai Baba, which I worship a lot, and I got inspiration from my wife, ma'am. She used to worship Sai Baba, and I think because of this thing, na, Sai Baba, because the person who took the interview in Honda, na, he was a diehard fan of Babaji, Sai Babaji. So I think God has created a path for me to enter into Honda, not directly but indirectly. So that was all about it, ma'am.
Great, great. Very nice. Both of you, well done. Starting with a small feedback from Praveen ji, like every time, Praveen ji comes with a very different idea or a concept which surprises everybody. Okay, and that is also related to the topic, right? So last time, like he talked completely out of the box about a very different technology.
Yes, that
Right?
was
So
very.
today it was a very inspirational story which you shared about, how we can look at stress in a positive manner, right? How stress helps you to grow to the next level, which you had never even expected, right? And how initially, how he compromised with things and everybody supported him. So that was so touching, and I really loved it. That was very beautiful story, because every businessman has a story. They have started from scratch. They have started from zero, right? They are self-made man, and it's so lovely to listen to their stories. And thank you, Praveenji, for sharing that. And that was very emotional as well, right? Good one. And Aman, yes, I have earlier also I have heard about this, your journey, like from again starting with scratch as a just an engineering graduate entering into a company to directly to Honda. And as you said that, like, you have attached a spiritual side to it, right? And a lot of stress, but then you are able to handle that stress because you have that spiritual connection, right? So that is again well done. Both of you, I think, expression levels have increased. Not, I won't say a lot, but yes, 2, 3. I would say that around 2 levels have increased for Praveenji. And Aman. I don't know what to say. Aman has very good expression levels. Actually, it has increased a lot as compared to the last sessions, right? So that is the feedback which I have. And now, yes, Jitendra, with whom would you like to talk, Praveenji or Aman?
Both.
Both.
It will be.
No, we have limited time, so you have to choose one. Today I've given you the options.
Yeah, so it was just for joking. Yeah. So today I want to talk with Parvinji. So
Okay, great.
yeah.
So Praveen and Praveenji and Jitendra, say hi to each other.
Hi
Hi,
Parvinji.
Jitendra.
So how are you?
Good.
Yeah. So
Talk. I mean, which question?
First
Which
one
part you?
only. First one only we'll discuss.
Okay, first one. Okay. Oh, yes, please, Jitendra. Yeah.
yeah. So in my life, stress time was before after graduation. That time I don't had any kind of job, and my financial situation was not good. My family financial situations. My father was kind of doing labor things, and and I had completed engineering from private college. So that time I don't have much confidence. Also, means I used to fear to talk with pupils, so I could not tell my name also correctly. I used to take like G, like that. So people used to
Fumbling.
laugh on my mouth. People used to laugh on my face, and I used to means go to in like stressful whole day. Means if I was going into market with shopkeeper, I was not you to speak. Means with me some friend was you to be with me, so he used to ask the thing what I need. So many times it was happened. And after sometimes relative also started talking about job, what you are doing. So after that I have uh, means I was not talking with them also much due to this stress. Whenever they used to talk only about job, only about things, what, how you will survive this thing, and they used to tell me do some delivery kind of job, do some hotel kind of job. So it was very stressful that time. But so after graduation, it was really very, yeah. So
Okay, great. So you can ask the second question now to Praveenji. I think we have already discussed that, but if there is anything to add, you can add. Yes, Jitendra, you can ask the second one.
yep, Bindy. So just I want to know about various regions of stress with your partner.
No, it's not with your partner. It's actually
Sorry.
it's a pair activity. So
Yeah, sorry. Sorry, I need to ask, or Praveenji will ask?
yes. You asked it. That's okay. He will answer.
See,
Yeah.
reason of the stress, as I said, you in a personal life, we will think little bit.
Or
Mostly
overthink.
relationship is so important. Creating the stress, and when you make the good relationship, of course, which will help you to reduce your stress. But if you don't have good relationship, even if you don't have good behavior, even if your wife or even if your children, even if your father, mother, uh, we have to make a good relationship with them, right? Bad relationship ultimately creating the stress, not for others, but believe me, it's for yourself, right? That is so important things. So we have to, that is one thing which I understand is the relationship is also important. And in business, trust building is very important in the brand or your product. If you have good trust, or maybe if you have good relationship with your customers, or maybe with your vendors, your brand or your product can go faster. But something is gap in between there, that will create a stress. If I give you money, maybe you can give me an order, maybe 1 CR order, and but later on you say, oh, I don't want your material. What will be happen? I went to such situation. People rejected my product. I took back my product with respect. But one day is coming now. They are coming to my shop and they are asking, okay, Pravinji, I want this product from your factory. I said, I don't have right place. This is not right place for you. You go and buy from someone. I have ethics. I have business relationship that I will maintain. But but we don't want to create such a problem for my partner also. Like I have one more partner which I told you. We are very fair to each other. I show you all balance sheet, financial things. We share, maybe every month we share to each other. This is your portion, this is my portion. No need to think. We only sit together with cup of coffee and cigarette. Within 1 hour we will deal what to do. We sign the check and we'll put in our account. That's it. That much fair we have to deal during the
Transparency is there.
transparency should be there. Correct. That's also, if you don't have transparency, that will create doubt. Doubt will create your stress, your mental health, your emotional health, and if both are bad, physically you will be also slowly deteriorate.
True.
So my experience, uh, relationship, building the trust, anxiety, these are factors, fears, all these factors, addictions on something, those factors are creating a stress on human bodies, right? And also satisfaction is also very important. We have to satisfy what we have. If you dream too much and you don't have anything, and you think too much, nothing is how is possible. You will die on that path. So that also we should understand that,
Great.
right?
All right. So
Are you able to hear me, ma'am?
yes. I'm able to hear you. Your voice went little low, but I'm able to hear you. Yes. So a quick feedback to Jitendra. Jitendra, are you there?
Yes, I'm here. Actually, someone came,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
that.
That's okay. So I'll give you a quick feedback. So what I saw is like today, as I said, that you elaborated well. Okay. And I am assessing on the expression levels and the overall delivery. Okay. When I say the expression level, earlier, like you were hardly able to speak 2-3 sentences on a particular topic, but today you spoke initially at the discussion level only. You gave me 4 points. Okay. First point, you talked about the relation between the physical and the mental health. Okay, you brought it out really well. Second thing, you gave an example about, at your job, how it was very difficult you alone meeting the deadlines and working till 3 o'clock and 4 o'clock in the morning. Then what you did is you had a very clear communication, right, with your higher ups, that this is what I can do and this is what. So you basically, that is called setting standards for yourself. Okay, you say that, okay, this is my standard and I can do this is what, and not beyond that. You have to appoint any other person if if you want more work. So yeah, you brought it really well, and you gave very good example at the second discussion, the pair activity as well, wherein you talked about your journey as to how people mocked you, right? And then you became so strong gradually, and people underestimated you a lot, telling you that, okay, you go and do a hotel job when you deserve something better, and you believe in yourself and you're here today, right? Well done. So yeah, Praveenji, even like that is one thing which I really like, that you both brought out the connection between the mental and the physical stress, right? So basically, what I have seen, Aman would understand this thing better, that when you are physically active, you're doing something in terms of gym, or like going for just a walk or doing some yoga, so that reduces your mental stress a lot, right? So I think both the things are very much related. Mindfulness practice obviously is an add-on, but automatically when you do some physical exercise, it calms you down a lot, right? So yeah, that was my feedback about all of you. And that's all for today. And hope you enjoyed the session today as well. And every time, actually, I try to bring out something related to the life so that we get to express a lot about our life experiences, right? So that's all for today, guys. And yeah, see you again tomorrow. So are you all coming tomorrow? Are you traveling, Praveenji?
I am traveling, but I will join from my
Airport.
Yeah, I will join.
That's the spirit. Okay. All right, guys. That's all for today, and see you again tomorrow then. Keep improving, keep speaking more,